Best of r/talesfromtechsupport episode 4. $me. No longer allowed near second line support tickets for obvious reasons. Want to set users on fire. $CW. Please sit down. $AA. Application administrator. $CW. Yo $me. We have an issue with this application. $me. We already have been going through finding out it is using an OCX that is connected to some horrible add-on in IE. We were missing drivers in the documentation and general SCKS. What again? $CW. It gives an error message when running on Windows 10. $me. Okay, that can happen. Let's check and find out if we really have everything we need. Software. Check. OCX registered. Check. IE add-on registered. Check. Can see the COM port and device manager. Check. This hypersensitive set of scales is connected through an USB to serial converter. Don't get me started. $me. Okay, we need to see this thing running on their Windows 7 system in situ. Maybe we still didn't notice something. $CW. We'll go and ask them when we can visit. $CW comes back. Doesn't look happy. $CW. Please sit down. $me. I am sitting. What's up? $CW. It is not working on Windows 7 either. $me shoves the keyboard across the desk, stands up, walks away towards the pantry. Me drinks some water. $me. I was this close to a table flip. We've been working for 2 weeks on this only to find out they lied. Rule number 0. 2 days later I happen to sit around the area the $AA is testing some stuff. Noticeably, I see a putty session with some numbers in it. Really? $me. I sense that the scale's showing numbers. $AA. Yes, there's data coming from it. It seems it's just not interpreted correctly by the software. I also notice screenshots are being made. Half an hour later. $me. Please sit down. $CW. What's up? I tell what I have seen. $CW. So it's the software after all? Nothing we could have done about this whole thing? $me. Yep, the software developers are not going to have a nice day. Morons. TL. Doctor reading of the scales causes readings to go off the scale. Thank you. Next. $me. Obvious. $CW. Co-worker. Knows his stuff. Gets baffled every now and then by the state of the network and how software reacts to that $AFP. A whole fired project worker. $E employee. Entitled. Helpless. Wants every possible ergonomic thing available. The works. We're migrating to Windows 10. At the same time older hardware gets swapped out. Not always though. Today it's time to migrate the Works Council desktops. They are using dictation software that doesn't run on Citrix/VDI, but we managed to make it available through VDX. Activating the license on this software is a biatch in itself, so no surprise. After releasing the license on the old Windows 7 desktop and trying to activate it on the new Windows 10, that doesn't work. Apparently it needs to be activated offline. Now it's very well possible the local firewall needs an extra hole punched. For now there's a 30-day trial license so work can still be done. $E employee. $E employee. I cannot see my files. OHLL. No $me. They still should be visible in your profile on your end disk. $E employee. No, they are stored locally because the software is doing that by itself. You hope. I don't think so. $me. Hang on, you are storing this locally? This is not known. $me. Yo $CW. Where is her old machine? $CW. In our department. I deactivated the license beforehand, knowing it takes time to process few $me. Okay, I am going to pick that up. Can you put a comment in the migration database that this machine has local data on it? $CW. Wait, what? $me. Yep. Apparently $AFP has not noticed this again, and we're lucky this is a swap rather than a reimage one. From now on, reimage ones need to be double checked with the user for any local data if they were inventoried by $AFP. I go fetch the machine, reconnect everything, put everything exactly as it was before. I know these entitled types already, not my first rodeo. Let's check on this local only data story. Under my own account, reactivate the license, Open the software, check settings, right-click on the storage location. It shows a path name. Click on the button. I select my N disk. Your current storage location might contain data. Do you want to move it to the new location? Rule number 0. Just 6 months worth of data almost going down the drain. Dodge a bullet on this one. Because users lie $$ holes cause fallout. TL. Doctor, when a $$ hold $ are fired on the spot, it's for a reason. Beware of fallout later. Thank you. Next. This post reminded me of this and decided to post it. At my previous job, I was the lone IT administrator at one of the company's facilities. 1. Because it was near where I lived. 2. No one wanted to cross the city to get to that office. So one day a really highly placed VP called me. He wanted a copy of his backup and no one was able to help him with it. Once a user has backup set up, even L1 engineers can check the backup location and retrieve the backup for them. I was curious as to what happened that no one was able to help him since 2 weeks. I said I will come down and take a look. Yes, I actually went down because that's how I like to work with certain users. They love the interaction and I get the exercise. As soon as I see his backup files, I know what the issue is. I tell him to give me 30 minutes. We used a certain backup client that came with an older version of NAS, was notoriously known to encrypt backups. When this issue had occurred, that version of backup client had been replaced and removed from the OEM website. The newer versions did not have the encryption facility. Obviously the OEM removed the decryption app as well from the website. I used to administer the NAS boxes, but I had moved on to data center technologies. But my machine had ample amount of disk space and I never stored crap, so this decryption app was sitting on my machine. Now had the user's laptop not been changed or formatted/reinstalled, he would have merrily decrypted the backup and got it restored. But since both happened and this backup was from way back, like 5-6 years prior to this incident, the backup just sat on the NAS in encrypted format. I went to my desk, located the user's backup location and started a decrypt job. The data was all accessible and ready in 15 minutes. I pinged him on Office Communicator. Yes, this is an old incident, and confirmed he was able to access his data. He gave me a cursory thank you and told me he saved his life. A week later, one of the office minions from the VP's dept called me. He said VP is calling. I thought something was wrong with the backup that I restored. I hurried down to his office, and as soon as I enter the department, I see everyone is having cake. It was VP's birthday. He pulled me in and loudly announced that this guy, me, saved his ass big time. If I would not have decrypted the data, the company would have been fined big time for not following procedures or keeping evidences. Even the auditor told VP that he needs to reward me in any way possible, as he did not see many IT admins giving such kind of support. Thank you. Next. So a little about me for starters. I started working for the support department of a network provider about a year ago, to finance my apartment and my studies in computer sciences. While the past year certainly provided me with a lot of stories to tell you, maybe I will someday. This happened to me recently at my university. A friend and I were in a mandatory course together called Databases and Web Technologies. Basically you learn HTML, PHP and MySQL to make your own websites. Since we had an assignment due a couple of days later, we sat together working on our website, as a couple of other students entered the room. First we didn't bother talking much except for a short hi as they entered, but from what they said to each other, we were certain that they studied media, communications and design, a degree at our university, and that they were sitting at the same assignment as we did. The course is mandatory in their studies as well. We could see that they were struggling much more than us. After all, we have learned coding basically since entering the campus the first time, while their studies never really touched that area of digitalization before. After finishing our assignment, we went over to their desk and offered help. They gladly accepted, and after we fixed a couple of mistakes in their MySQL queries and their PHP scripts, the website was up and running. Their HTML framework didn't need to be touched. Apparently they already learned this kind of language in a different course. They thanked us for the help, and we packed our bags, ready to leave, as one of these guys, I don't remember the name, but Dustin, seems fitting for someone with zero brains, Turned to my friend. I'll call him Tom from here on. Dustin, I think you broke my laptop. Tom, why? Dustin, the screen turned black and it is not turning on again. Tom checked the on/off switch himself. He still believes that people are capable of basic principles of power supply. Meanwhile, I saw that there was no charger plugged into the laptop. Me. Have you tried plugging the charger in? Dustin. No, I always charge it overnight. Me. Do you have your charger with you? Dustin. Yes. Dustin made no attempt to recharge his laptop. Tom in his casually calm manner. How about you try charging your laptop, and we have a look, if everything is fine. Dustin. No. You broke it, you fix it. At this point I began losing my patience. When talking to customers at work I usually show more restraint, but there was no way I'd stand by and watch while this bloke falsely accused my friend after we helped him with his assignment. Me. He didn't break it, he was helping you. Now get your charger or we will leave. Dustin was about to open his mouth, but a girl from his group spoke up. The rest of the group remained silent, so I assumed that they were either used to him and ignored his shenanigans or he was some kind of group leader to them, though that would require some serious elementary school mindset in a fucking university. Girl, just try it, Dustin. We've all been here long enough. Dustin. Fine. He got out his charger and recharged the laptop. Tom waited a few seconds, pressed the on switch. The laptop immediately started booting and showed the desktop a few seconds later. I was not surprised that this guy didn't have it password secured. We again were ready to leave as Dustin called to us again. Dustin, why are my files broken? Me. Excuse me? Dustin, the files you helped us with? Tom, in what way are they broken? Dustin, they look just like before you helped us. Me. Didn't you save your files? Dustin, no, I only do that when I'm finished. Why was I not surprised? Tom, seems like your computer dropped all the changes when it shut down. Dustin, so fix it. Me visibly unnerved. It's late. Your friends have the fixed versions of your files. Just ask them for a copy. Dustin, but your friend broke it. Me losing it. We didn't break anything. You forgot to charge your PC and keep blaming us. We are done helping you. At this point Tom grabbed me by the shoulder, and we both left. We later had a laugh about it over a couple of beers at our favorite bar, but for the time being I was still boiling with anger. Anyways, a couple of days later I met one of Dustin's friends in the city. He apologized and explained that they went to their professor and got Dustin kicked out of their work group. Apparently he has been leeching on them throughout the entire course so far, and after the little incident they decided that they couldn't stand him anymore. So Dustin has to do all the assignments on his own now. I am sure he will do just fine. Thank you. Next. I currently work for a cable company doing commercial tech support, which includes supporting Wi-Fi setups for hotels, resorts, apartment complexes and other services. We also provide support for other help desk that buys services from us, aka our value-added resellers. This story is about a particular resort. Me, various guests, numbered. Call center agents, also numbered. This series of conversation take place partway through my shift. One of the buildings at the resort has had issues with guests connecting to the Wi-Fi, and all the APs appear to be offline. Our next level support team has reached out to the resort about having the issue looked into by hotel maintenance, but no update has been provided. Me. Hello, my name is you/drunken jester. Thank you for calling cable company. If I can get the name of the resort you're calling from. Guest 1. Yeah, the name is resort with issue. I can't seem to connect to the Wi-Fi currently at the resort, and I would rather be connected to that and do work for my job than spend time for my family. After getting the info for where they are staying, well, I'm sorry you have spent thousands on this trip and would rather slave away than spend time with Jimmy and Jill. Can't connect to the Wi-Fi right now. I totally get the importance of that. As of right now we are currently working with the resort for this building to find out why it's not working. Later on, bored out my mind reading through TFTS and checking our office chat. Call center agent 1. So I finally spoke with the front desk for resort that we all hate dealing with every weekend, especially during holidays. You'll never guess why all the APs are offline. Call center agent 2. Irritate the line again at the switch. Call center agent 1. No, even better. Apparently someone was trying to microwave a frozen pizza in their room, which set the fire alarm off, which then tripped the sprinkler in their room. When that happened, it ended up cutting the power to the room that had the switch in the building. So until they have everything cleared on their end and we can have someone out to get the switch back online, that building is down. New call comes in for this resort. I explained to them that there was a fire issue in the building and that it will be some time for that to be completely resolved. Guest 2. Yeah, but I have this really important paper I need to get uploaded that I should have probably done before I went on this trip. When will it be back up exactly? Me. I'm really not sure on that. I would suggest checking with the front desk, as they are still dealing with the fire issue. Guest 2. Well, that is stupid, it's just Wi-Fi. How is that affected by the fire? Me. I would advise to contact the front desk on that matter, as we don't control when devices lose power. Guest 2. But how does that affect the Wi-Fi? I thought that doesn't need power to broadcast. Sigh. Rinse. Repeat. Ask more stupid questions. I have other great stories, so let me know if you guys and gals want more. Thank you. Next. Hello beautiful TFTS people. Here's a quick one for ya. This story is about a user well called Bob. All you need to know about Bob is that he's worked here for years, and that he's unfamiliar with the concept of an inside voice, much to the chagrin of our entire floor. This morning, Bob was complaining to his cube neighbor about the fact that he came in yesterday Sunday to try and get some work done, but a bunch of systems were down. Naturally, everyone in IT, and most everyone else in corporate, heard every word. What Bob apparently doesn't know is that every month, on the Sunday that's closest to the middle of the month, for at least the past 4 years, IT takes the servers down for maintenance. The maintenance window is always at the same time on Sunday afternoon. IT also sends a calendar invite for the maintenance window to all employees on the previous Monday, and then a reminder email on Friday morning. I happen to know for a fact that the invite and reminder were sent last week, because I'm the one who sent them and verified they were received. Fellow admin happened to be working near Bob and explained that the servers had been taken down for maintenance, and asked, "Didn't you get the email reminders?" Bob's response, "Oh, I don't pay attention to those. Thank you." Next. This is a shorty. Me. $user. Random person who sits near my office. I work in a specific IT environment and only have administrative privs to said environment. I don't even have admin creds to my own system. Thursday morning, sitting in my office getting ready for the day when $user cruises to my door arriving like Kramer from Seinfeld. $user. Hey, can I now help? It's really critical. Me. Hi, what's going on? $user. My system isn't starting up at all, it's dead. Me, oh sorry, but I'm an admin for redacted environment only. I don't have access to folks' systems outside of that. $user. Oh, do you know if person on a completely different team who sits about 3 doors down from the other guy is in? Me. Sorry, I'm not sure. His door is about 3 down from you though. $user. Bolts. 2 seconds later. $user. Other person. Isn't in. When do. Rest of team who also is only specific to specific environments only. Get in. Me. Explains what my team does. $user. Oh, any idea what else I can do? Me. Oh, he is still here. Only thing I can do is suggest calling into the help desk. $user. I already did. Me. Sorry. $user slinks off. This is the nth time someone has randomly shown up to my door for field services. Going to have to hang a sign on my door. TL. Doctor, ma'am, what makes you think I work here at Walmart while I'm wearing this get-up?